Right, that's everything up on the roof secure. I can remove my coat hanger now out of the sun visor. Obvious reasons why I put that there. If something's open up on the roof or unfastened or unlocked, then I just put the coat hanger in the window. So when I do eventually days later jump back in the driver's seat and I see the coat hanger, I know there's something up on the roof, just what needs tending. So works for me. So we are going away this weekend. We're going from Yorkshire up into North Yorkshire, so the first initial drive is probably from Barnsley up to Thirsk, so it's in about 50 minutes, but we are testing one or two things on the camper and basically putting the batteries, the solar panels, the inverter through its paces. We've returned to our favourite spot, which is the Boatman's Rest at Worsborough. We've been here now 3 nights, and we've been off-grid, so we've been using our solar panels to heat the hot water, and also power the lights and a few other things. So basically we're just trying to put things through its paces and make sure everything's working all right. So this morning we're just quickly emptying the waste tanks, we're filling the water tanks, and then we're going to head off up to North Yorkshire and probably spend 3 or 4 nights up there. Same again, like I said, just charging everything, just making sure everything's working all right, and just trying to maximise what we can get out of the batteries. As I've said before in previous videos, I've got about 480 watt solar panels up on the roof, which isn't enough. I know we need a minimum of around about 600 for the UK anyway. So it's just a case of getting out, enjoying the weekend, seeing somewhere different, but also trying to put things through its test, how things would be if we were to live off-grid full time. So it's going to be a little bit of an interesting weekend, but nevertheless it's got to be done. So yeah, just test weekend really. I've just lost one of my sections of hose pipe down to, I fill up from a tap just down here in these bushes, but the hose pipe has come over, and what I haven't noticed is the rose bushes. So I've put the hose pipe on, obviously pulled it right up to the truck, which is over the top corner there, and I've split an hose pipe. So yeah, just trying to keep it real and just trying to, I think what we're going to do this weekend as well is a couple of nights wild camping. We're going to also, when we do park anywhere or we call at a place, what we're going to be doing is looking for water points as well. So if you were, we're fortunate, we've got 400 litres on board. I know some of you guys have got bigger water tanks on board, but like if you haven't got 400 litres, you're going to need to be filling up your tanks at least every couple of days. So when we do park anywhere, we're going to be looking for outside taps. We're going to be looking for waste points, and just basically generally trying to keep it as realistic as possible. Okay, we're about to set off. So like I've said, we've hammered the batteries. We've got a 25 litre hot water tank full of hot water that's been warmed up with the batteries this morning. Everything's all been charged up, even the drone batteries, they're all fully charged. Although it's very windy outside, I don't think we're going to actually get to use that. So I'm going to turn off the inverter, turn all the power off, and currently the charger now, well, the battery's at 12.1 volt, we are getting some charge going in there, and I can actually hear the fridge freezer working. So yeah, we're going to drive now approximately an hour up to Thirsk. Once we get to Thirsk, we're going to get out there, have a drink, walk the dogs and what have you. But then I'm going to check on the charge system, because when I have got a split charge off the truck batteries and so on. So we'll see what voltage we've got when we get to Thirsk. Right, so I've just drove up Sutton Bank. To be quite honest with you, we came up alright. First gear, around the bend most of the way, and then into second gear up on the upper section, so it was alright really. There was quite a queue coming up. I don't know, something must have been up in front of us which were causing a bit of a queue, but that we came up alright, thankfully. So we're just going to stop at the visitors centres here, just take the dogs out for a walk, and then we're camping not far from here, which is where the White Horse is. It's one of the places where, when I used to run the Land Rover tours, it's a place where we used to stop off for lunch sometimes. So yeah, we're stopping here for a few hours, chilling out, taking the dogs for a walk, and then moving on to tonight's camp. Yeah, it's an impressive view. I don't think I've been here before. I've been many times coming up Sutton Bank or down Sutton Bank, but never actually stood at this viewpoint. And it is impressive. I'm just glad it's not raining. So we come up Sutton Bank. We had to come up in first gear most of the way because I don't know, some problem up in the front. So we had to come around the main corner in first gear. Then as it just levels out a little bit, we got into second gear. So I think we're happy with that. We've taken the dogs for a walk. We're now having a cup of tea. We're going to stop here for I don't know, half an hour or so. And then we're going to push on to the White Horse, where we're actually going to stay tonight. So looking at the voltage then, we're at 12.5 volt, which is only 0.4 more than what you were when we set off this morning. I see the percentage of the batteries actually increased by probably about 30%. So technically we've probably got about enough now to last us another day. If need be, I can always fire up the generator later. So yeah, we're just below the gliding club at Sutton Bank. We've got the White Horse just up above us. If it's not too windy in the morning, I will get the drone up and we'll have a closer look at that. But yeah, we've parked here for the night. It's 10 to 6, so I'm about to cup tea now. Checking the voltage, we're at 12.5, 12.6. But more importantly, this bar at the side here, we're just round about probably, well, just below 80%. So it's only taken about 10 minutes to come from Sutton Bank down here. So 10 minutes worth of charge. But I mean, solar's still working, so yeah, that's where we're at. So things are good at the moment. Any comments? Stick them down below.
Got a brown sausages all the way around.
Alright. Mushroom, onion and gravy. So as I said, I may not actually get the drone up tomorrow. Look at all those berries. Yeah, so I just had to walk down here and just to try to show you what we've got on view. As you can see, it's a very nice area. The grass is cut short, so they do look after this place. And we have got picnic tables all the way around, and we've got the cherry trees, and we've got the white horse up at the top. Well, the headless white horse, because you can't see it from down here. But yeah, it's a nice place, and I should imagine it's quiet tonight. We have got two of the camper vans here with us. One's just pulled in, the others were here when we came in. I knew the weather were going to be a little bit rough this weekend with the storm coming in, so I did try to pick somewhere which was slightly sheltered. Depending on how the weather goes tomorrow, will depend on where we camp tomorrow night. I were intending to camp up on the moors, but if it's going to be like this, then we may have to resort to another area. So actually now we're settling down for the night, but just up on the hillside just there, just round about here, we've got an hare. Alan's doing her best to try to get a picture of it. Obviously I'm not going to get it with a GoPro. But if I can get that on the camera, I'll put it on now. So believe it or not, I've had the drone up this morning because it was like glorious at 8:30. Now 9 o'clock, it's starting to rain. So what we're going to do is looking at the clouds now outside. We're not going to get much solar activity today. I'm halfway down on the battery monitor. Obviously we've still got to keep the power going to the fridge. So this morning, just to warm the hot water up, I'm going to fire up the generator for an hour. We're going to stop here till about lunchtime anyway. So I'm going to put the generator on. I'm going to do some editing on the laptop. Yeah, and have his breakfast and everything. So yeah, it's a shame really because it was really nice this morning as well. So oh well, that's England for you. So we're still at the White Horse and the sun's come out. It's been out for probably about the last half an hour now. So I've jumped up on the roof, opened up the the secondary solar panels, and we are getting some voltage into the batteries now. So how long this sun's going to last for is anybody's guess. Dogs. So in some of them we've stopped here one night. It's a great place to stay. There's no parking or camping restrictions. However, there's no power supply, no dustbins, no water supply, and no means of getting rid of your black or your grey waste. But apart from that, it's a great place. We had deer just in the forest last night. Yeah, it's nice. It's a really nice area. The walk's fantastic as well. There is a big circular walk, but yeah, I do recommend it. So we've just arrived at Newgate Bank. We've not been here before. It's a new one on us. One of our subscribers mentioned it yesterday, so we checked it out on Search for Sites, and yeah, it's like it's almost like a campsite in the woods. I mean, you can see by the roads here, the roads are quite good, like forestry tracks. We've got a motorhome up the top end there, and there's these little offshots which are fantastic. You can see we're in a little bit of a lay-by. Another camper there, and another one over that side. So we've got a little bit of a view there, so I'm assuming there's a viewpoint. There's a car park further down for dog walkers and so on. Yeah, it's really nice. So this is a second night up North Yorkshire, so this is the 5th night of actually being without power. And we're currently showing on the voltmeter now, we've got 12.2 volts, and we're at 60% battery capacity. That's 60 at this side just here, so which I think is quite good. Admitted, we've washed the pots, we've had us tea, we've washed the pots, and the hot water today is being warmed by the generator. So we've just got the night to get through. Obviously the fridge freezer's on. We're gonna have lights, and we're gonna put music on now, and then we're probably charging his phones and things like that as well. So yeah, so we'll see what we're like with the voltage tomorrow. The weather today, as you can hear now, it's raining. It's been a little bit mixed. We have had sunny spells, although it has rained quite a lot. And the drive today has only been about 20 minutes drive, if that. So yeah, so we're doing all right. 60% on the batteries after day 5. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So we'll see what it's like tomorrow. So this is day 6. The solar panels this morning are down to 50%, and it's going to be another grey day by the looks of it. So I'm just undecided what to do, whether we stay here and we test, we push the batteries and everything that little bit harder. I don't know. Or whether we go for a short drive and find another place. I really don't know. I'm undecided. I'm just running off the grey. We didn't have a shower last night. Didn't feel the need. So we're okay for water. I think we've got about 2 bags of rubbish to get rid of at some point. The black waste, that's fine. We'll go for another few days with that quite easily. And water's fine as well. We've got plenty of water. So yeah, I'm just running off the grey now. And that's it. I don't know what to do. I don't know to move on or stay. We was planning on going to the coast, either Whitby or Scarborough, but according to all the people we've talked to this morning and last night, and they're saying it's absolutely chocker there. So having the COVID and everything, it's or not us having the COVID, but the COVID being here, we're trying to keep us distance from people. So I think we may just give the the seaside towns a miss. It's the school holidays as well, so I think these places are extra busy, and especially with people not going abroad this year. Okay, I think we've got a good selection there. The weather today is gone from like being really bright and sunny and warm to then, within the next 10 minutes being absolutely bouncing it down. So it's been really bad. But the solar panels are just around about 50%, so they tend to are kept about level for now. So that's good. What we are going to do is push back to the fabricators tomorrow. We've got some work what may be coming in next week, and I've got quite a few things to do at home, and so on. So it's basically I want to try to get things tidied up at back in the local area before we actually head up north and hopefully get some work, fingers crossed. Didn't even get to try the new fire pit. We made that last week, and we've just, like I said, it's just absolutely wet through, so things aren't good at all, to be honest with you. Well, morning. This must be one about the quietest places I think we have ever stayed. So we're heading back to Sheffield today. I must admit the weather this weekend's been a little bit mixed, wet and miserable. Yeah. 1 minute it's been sunny, so you've taken the dogs out for a walk, and then you just got back within about half an hour. It's been raining again, so it's. So we're lacking a little bit on content, but yeah, we're gonna get back to Sheffield and probably carry on with the fitting out of the bathroom units, I think. So we had a good talk last night on changing 1 or 2 things as well, so I'll go over them probably in the next vlog. But yeah, this place, definitely recommend it. It's very nice up here. There's probably about another 3 or 4 campers with us. Yeah, it's very quiet. A little bit too quiet, but yeah, it's nice. It's time to have a cuppa. So I'm out with the dogs this morning, and again the weather, although it's bright at the moment, it still looks a little bit like it could rain at any point. So I'm going to take these for the morning's walk, and then we're going to, like I say, head back to Sheffield and start the bathroom. So yeah, the purpose of this weekend will basically just to get up, to get, you know, out for the weekend anyway, and just simulate actually living in the camper full time, which we do, but a lot of the time we have 240 power. So I wanted to like try to see what it would be like, you know, living full time in the camper without electric. Now, don't get me wrong, we've done all right. I mean, I think this is the 7th day now that we've been in the camper. The batteries this morning I checked, and at 30%. Now, admitted, we're camping underneath trees, so that's not helping the solar panels. We could find a more sunnier spot, and you know, get more sun on the solar panels. We could find a windier spot and put up the wind turbines. I am going to, incidentally, I'm going to have to actually show you the wind turbines. I've got some electrics, but I need to alter some connectors I want to alter on the wind turbines, but they are working. But so we could find a windier spot. Now, I suppose if we were living, you know, full time in the camper, we could look at the batteries. We could still continue and see what the weather's like. You know, if it becomes sunnier, no problem. Or if we're that desperate and we're running out of juice in the batteries, we could go on a campsite for a couple of nights, plug into the electric, or go to a friend's, plug into the electric, get on a 240 power supply, and then just let the batteries charge up, and then we can go again. What else? We've got 2 full bags of rubbish in the cab now, carrier bags that is. So we haven't got rid of them yet. We were hoping that there were going to be more bins along the route. Now we did come through a town the day before yesterday. We could have just quite easily pulled up there and, you know, offloaded some of the rubbish. I guess we didn't. We're just not used to, like, you know, pulling up on a lay-by and finding a bin and offloading some of the rubbish. You know, normally wherever we stay, we've got bins there, so that was a little bit unusual. Water supply hasn't been a problem as yet. I mean, we've still got a quarter of the tank, so we've still got probably about 100 litres left in the water tank. We've had showers, we've had short showers, we've had no problem with hot water because we've been warming up the hot water with the generator. Incidentally, when we started this, we was actually warming the hot water using the solar power, and I guess again it's getting used to actually living full time off grid, where what we should have done is, knowing that there was bad weather or severe weather coming in, we should have actually probably cut back on the solar use and kept us battery charged, ready for the, you know, the wet weather. So what I should have been doing is knowing that there was extreme weather coming in, use the generator more. But like I say, this was the whole purpose of this trip, just to, like, learn. You know, I think, you know, we're very accustomed to just having power on tap, having water on tap, having people come and collect us rubbish. And I think when you're living off grid, it's different, and you've got to change the way you live and the things you do and when you do things. So, you know, Thursday's normally bin day, and you put all your rubbish in a bin, and then somebody comes and collects it. My arm's getting achy. I'm going to just stand here. And I think, you know, well, things do change where, you know, if you have got rubbish on board and you pass a bin, you need to stop and get rid of it. If you're calling for your supermarket shopping, and or you're calling for fuel and there's a water tap there, then you need to just you know, can I use some of your water? Can I have some water? Top up my tanks. Yeah, if you know, winter's coming or some bad weather's coming, you know, instead of using your 12 volt for heating your water and so on, you need to be starting using your generator and so on. So yeah, I think living off grid is definitely a learning curve, and it's something that I believe it's going to take a person probably a good 6 months to come accustomed to everything you need to do. So I hope I've covered everything in this week anyway, up in North Yorkshire. I'm a bit disappointed because I didn't get the all the B-roll and everything I really needed. A bit disappointed in that. I mean, like I said, I've done some little bit of archery target practice this weekend. Helen's been out with the air rifle. She likes target shooting, so we've done a little bit of that in between the rain. But it was more about living off grid. So I hope I've covered anything. If you've got any advice or any tips on actually, you know, living off, you know, I know there's a lot of people living in vans all the time, and these guys are probably experts at it. So if there's any tips or anything, you know, if you want to stick it down in the comments, I'd be appreciated of that. If yeah, any advice, anything at all. If you would please as well, share it with your friends as well. I'm trying to build up the customer base on the channel, so if you've got any friends what are interested in this sort of thing, please share. And thanks again for watching, and we'll see you on the next adventure. So yeah, we've just pulled into a services. Typical. We're going home. Look at the weather. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, we've seen a bin, so we're going to offload some rubbish there. While I may just have a look round and see if I can see a water tap. We're actually just calling for a little bit of milk and yeah, some bread cakes. So I've just been inside to pay for the milk and bread cakes. We're at the BP here, just outside Thirsk, heading back down to the A1, and I've just asked, can we use your tap? She said, yeah, no problem. We don't need water, but I'm just pointing out that if we did need water, we've got a water source here. So, yeah, thanks for BP. Thanks very much.